Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am making the video that you've all been so highly requesting, and that is the boob video. So many people have been asking ever since I got it done, like, where's the boob video? Where's the boob video? Almost every single day I was getting messages like, where's the boob video? And honestly, like, I wanted to just wait until they were fully dropped and settled. They're not even fully dropped right now. They're not fully settled. They're not fully like soft and jiggly. But they're really close. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Victoria and I am a transgender woman, and this procedure was not just cosmetic for me. This procedure is my top surgery. It wasn't like, oh, I want like bigger boobs. It's not that I want to look hot. It was because I was born in the wrong body and I am just correcting that and moving on. If you're against plastic surgery or if you are against trans people, maybe just click off this video because honestly, like, your opinion isn't wanted here. It's not gonna make me take my titties out of my body. Like, I'm not gonna reverse my transition for you, so bye-bye. So let's just dive right into this video. So on August 30th, 2017, I went through with a breast augmentation. I got this procedure done in South Portland, Maine at Plastic and Associates with Dr. Madali. I had been searching around for the right surgeon for a long time. I knew this is like what I needed to like at least just be comfortable in my body. And I searched around. I found actually a doctor in Rhode Island, where I'm from, that would do it for me. And I heard from another friend who is transgender that he would take insurance. I actually switched my insurance, which was Blue Cross, to my university's insurance, which told me it would be covered. And so I paid the $1,500 to switch my insurance carrier, and lo and behold, they don't cover transgender top surgery, which is preposterous. And I just flushed down $1,500 right down the fucking toilet. There's a whole other video dealing with like insurance carriers. You need to search for a good plastic surgeon. That is tip number one. You need to find a good plastic surgeon. I just went with whoever was like in my area originally, and I like went to his office. It wasn't even like a freestanding building. Like, his office was in this big complex. It looked like it was straight out of the 80s or the 90s. It was really kind of old and broken down. And I talked to this man. The way that he talked to me made me feel like I was some sort of transvestite, or I was some sort of just like abomination who was just trying to get in and out real quick. Didn't really care about my procedure, didn't care about me. Kept referring to me as like a male chest or a male patient or putting implants on a male person. And he told me that he refused to put, this is like so bad. He told me he refused to put the implants under the muscle because I have a male chest, like it would look awful on me. So he said, like, I'm gonna put it over the muscle. Don't worry, it's totally fine. Just pick a size, I'll put it in. Pick a size and you'll put it in? Bitch, what you mean my skin can't stretch that much? Like, I've heard so many like trans women on YouTube talking about like wanting like 800 cc's, but they could only get like 300 because their body couldn't stretch that much. This man just told me to pick out a size. I picked out 600 cc's of silicone, and he told me he was just gonna pop it in. I wanted a natural result, and this man told me he was gonna put 600 cc's in my body over the muscle. Thank God, last minute I decided to ask my endocrinologist, the person that prescribes me my hormones, for the past like 5 years, what doctors she recommended. And she recommended Plastic and Associates in South Portland, Maine. They actually have a section on their website that is transgender top surgery. My mother and I drove up 4 hours up to South Portland, Maine just for a consultation. It was like an entirely other universe. Honestly, it seemed like the man that I talked to before him didn't know his shit, and this man knew everything. When he sat down, he didn't even say breast implants. He said, I understand that you want transgender top surgery. And he kept saying, we're going to treat this as a breast augmentation, saying that there are specific things that need to be changed, and he's gonna change them for me. Also, sorry if I'm sweating because it's like literally so hot in here. My hair is probably frizzy as fuck. But yeah, so I finally found my doctor. I decided to go through with it. I booked the surgery for August 30th, and I was so super excited. August 29th, my mom and I headed back up to South Portland, Maine. Another 4-hour trip. I am currently on my way to Portland for the last time, hopefully. So it is the day before surgery, and we are just heading up to kind of just see Portland and go around the city, enjoy myself before I'm going to be out of commission for about a week, 2 weeks. We're almost there actually. We're probably like just a couple hours out of the way. It's me and my mom. Hi. At the pre-op consultation, and then the next day would be my actual surgery. So the day of the surgery, I was really scared. I was not scared as much as I was just excited and nervous. Again, I've said it before, but for me, this procedure isn't just cosmetic. This procedure isn't because I wanted big boobs or because I wanted to like look hot. This procedure was a sex change, essentially. Only one part of it, because there's many more procedures that I have planned for the future. The day of the surgery, you weren't supposed to eat anything for I think like 12 hours before. And I took my stool softener, which you have to take before the procedure because the pain went to make you constipated, which they did. Finally get to the surgery room and I strip down, put on my gown. My doctor comes over and he marks up, you know, all along my chest. There were dotted lines everywhere around like the incision marks and where they were going to be. My mom thought that all the dotted lines across my chest were where he was making incisions. That would have been fucking all over my chest. Don't put me up, like I'm not ready for that, girl. I know the incisions were actually just very, very small. Under my breast, under the breast fold. Right before I'm about to go in, the anesthesiologist comes over and she goes, "All right, sweetie, I'm just gonna give you your IV. We're gonna put in some meds on you and we're gonna put you under." And I was like, great. Stick me, fill me up, pump me full of this shit. So this woman puts in my IV, in my arm. I don't even like IVs in the first place. Like, I don't think anybody likes IVs. This woman puts it in my arm, misses my vein. She numbs me first. She like puts it in, she's moving it around. I can feel it in my skin, the needle, like moving it in my skin. And she ends up actually almost poking through the other side of my skin. She puts it in like here, and like I can see the needle poking through in here where it's not numb. And I like winced. She goes, "Oh my god, I'm sorry, did I hurt you?" And I said, "Yeah, like yes you did. Like yeah, you fucking hurt me." Like I wasn't quite as angry as that. Like she's like, "Oh, like okay," puts it in my vein finally. I'm gonna find out after my surgery what was more swollen than my fucking titties was I had this huge bulbous like bruise coming out of my arm. It wasn't even just like a bruise. It was literally like you cut a golf ball in half and just like stuck it on my arm because it was so swollen and so gross. Anyway, so I went for surgery. I lie down. I'm just on this fucking table, like, butt-ass naked with a little thing lying over me. I have like needles in my arms. I'm just like so unprepared. I'm so nervous, but I'm like really excited. I have my weave and just like a braid in my little head wrap. The other nurse, not the anesthesiologist, different nurse, puts this mask on me and she's like, "Okay, count backwards from 10. You're gonna wake up and feel like amazing, might feel a little pain, but you're just gonna be like post-surgery." I was like, great. I'm like, 10, 9. Bitch, I was out. And then I wake up. It's not fun anymore. I'm just lying in this bed in an immense amount of pain. It felt like an elephant was sitting on my chest. Honestly, like the first hour or two after surgery was the worst, and then my meds started kicking in, and then like after that it was a pretty easy ride. So after surgery, this woman goes, "Okay, so in order to give you your pain meds, you have to eat something." So we have, and I'm already nauseous at this point, and this woman goes, "We got some peanut butter Ritz and some cheese Ritz." I'm already feeling nauseous, like, do you want this processed food or this really processed food? She gives me ginger ale, and she goes, "We found some like goldfish for you." I was such a bitch like after the surgery because I was just in so much pain. I ate like 3 bites of goldfish or something. She wanted me to eat the whole pack and it was so dry and there was so much in there and I just couldn't. "Okay, take your meds." I take it and like 10 minutes later I puke it up, and I was only there for about like hour and a half after surgery. Like, I was just kind of grounding myself, getting less nauseous, waking up just enough so that I could get into the car, get into the hotel and sleep.
They've been forcing me to eat goldfish. They were able to fit 350 cc's of saline, which actually I thought was gonna be like very little, but I can see them. They're not even like bandaged up. Looks amazing. I'm so excited. But I feel like shit.
Once I woke up, I didn't really have much pain anymore. You know, shade, but Julie was like, "This was more painful than my sex change. This is the most painful thing I've ever experienced." Like, a sex change would be a walk in the park because my titties were not that painful at all. I woke up from my nap and I was feeling fine. I was like a little groggy and tired, but I was fine. At day 3, after the first couple days, I stayed in Portland, Maine, then I went back to my parents' house, stayed there, and then I came to this dorm here because school had like already started. Honestly, after day 3, I was off of all my pain meds. I was fine. I felt totally normal. Yeah, I was feeling great. I had a great experience. So I got my incision under the breast fold. The incisions are very, very thin and they are so just unnoticeable and right in the breast fold, and I'm so happy with them. I got 350 cc's of saline under the muscle. If they were any bigger, I think they would look fake, and I think where they're at right now, like with like the way that they're dropping and stuff, it feels so weird just like touching my tits on camera. They're perfect, and I don't think they look fake at all. I think they look so nice and so natural. I love it. I asked you guys on my social media to send me questions regarding my experience and my breast augmentation, so I'm just gonna answer some of those questions for you right now. Question number one, and the most asked question that I get, is do you get flirted with more that you have implants? Do you get people like looking there more often? And honestly, like, that's not why I got it done. But yeah, and it can kind of get like annoying actually. I'll be like talking to someone and they'll be talking to me, like looking at my eyes, and we'll either be like trying really hard not to look away from my eyes, and we'll like be clearly trying not to look at my tits, or they'll be talking to me and going like that, and they're like, yeah, so like what's up, like how are you, like. And honestly, at first it's kind of like, like I have boobs, but now it's kind of like, okay, like look at me, like I've had them for like a month and a half now, like just like talk to me normally. I definitely get more people approaching me. I definitely get a lot more. As you guys know, I'm kind of involved in like the nightlife scene. So yeah, like I definitely get a lot more attention now, which is fine. I expected it, it's whatever, I signed up for it. The question is, how does it feel having them? It feels really great. I mean, as someone that had like no boobs, I went from being at basically 34A. I haven't gotten properly fitted yet, but right now I am a 34C or a 36C, kind of between. I can also fit a 32 and 34D, but I think C just fits me a little bit better, and I didn't really want to be a D because D is kind of like enormous. I mean, not enormous, but I feel like if I told someone like, yeah, I got my boobs done, I'm a D cup, I feel like they're like, I just wanted it to be a little more natural and a little more like, as if I were born in the right body. So the next question, and one of the most important questions in my opinion, is how do you feel about yourself now transition-wise, and do you feel like you're in a good space now? For the past like 2 years or so, I was in a really dark space. I was in a bad situation with the wrong people, the wrong place, the wrong everything, and it was more recently that I really snapped out of that and took charge of my own goddamn life. And honestly, it feels so good. I'm so happy. I'm living my life for me. Having them is a different thing. Like, I just feel so much more myself and so much happier. I'm like touching them all videos. This is all that I'm like thinking about. Just feel so much happier, so much more at home in my own body. Yeah, a lot more confident also, because I was so insecure. Just a whole other layer of confidence that I didn't think I'd ever be able to achieve. I'm not even done with my transition, so I can only imagine how much better I'm gonna feel once I'm fully transitioned. Next question is, how do they feel and are they comfortable? Comfortable is kind of a weird word to use. When I first got them done, it felt like there were two like rocks, like solid fucking rocks just glued onto my chest, like really high up and hard, not squishy, not bouncy at all. They were pretty uncomfortable, but now they're not even gonna be fully dropped until like the 6-month to 12-month mark. But honestly, they feel so nice. They're so comfortable. Like, everyone says this, but like, you know, like you change your hair color or you get a tattoo or a piercing or something, and you're almost like, what did it look like before I had this? Like, what did I look like or something? Like, that's what it's like. I took some pictures the night before the surgery, and like, I look at myself now and it's like I can't even imagine myself without them. Like, I feel really natural, they look really natural, and they're only gonna get better. The final question that I'm going to be answering in this video is, do you have any procedures lined up for the future? And yes, I do. I'm gonna keep some of those under wraps, but hopefully not trying to jinx anything. I will be getting another procedure hopefully over this winter break. I may or may not make a video about it. We'll see, it's kind of personal. I'm gonna share it as much as I can. On a side note, I haven't made videos in a while, and that's for a few reasons. The number one reason was because I didn't have my boobs yet, and I didn't want to make a video until I had them. And just because I didn't want to be putting videos with me on the internet forever without my boobs. You know what I mean? Now that I have them, I'm gonna be making more videos. I'm not gonna like set exactly like a time of like how many times per week, because I am a full-time student and I do have 2 jobs in addition to that. But whenever I can upload a video, I will be. And I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Also, leave me a request down below, because I'd love to make a series out of like boob talk videos and like transition videos and stuff. So leave me any suggestions down below. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.